Let's talk toddlers. At this stage, they are learning new vocabulary words almost every day, new skills almost every day, and we want to encourage that learning through the reading of books, which will also help prepare them for preschool. We have tons of interactive books. Kisses, Cuddles, and Goodnight is our newest one that's similar to All Better and Little Bear Wears Glasses. There are 5 reusable stickers here. On each page there's an animal who's trying to go to sleep, and your job as the reader is to match up the stuffed animal with the tired friend so that they are ready to go to sleep. Night Night on the Farm is an excellent reading book for nighttime. This one has animals who are putting their babies to bed, and there are 4 teeny tiny little pull-out books along the sides of these pages that are going to be the same as the ones that the animals are reading to their children. Who's Next is a favorite in our house. This is one that my son has loved for a very long time. It's a Find the Difference book. On every page there are animals who've arrived, there are animals who are coming, and there are also animals who have left. So you use the visual clues throughout the story to figure out who's coming and who's left. At the end, there's a puzzle where you can go back and find all the different animals that you saw. Busy Train is one of my absolute favorites. Each of these has a toy that comes with it. There are also tracks throughout each page, and all you need to do is wind up the train or the car or the bus or whatever toy it is for your particular book and send it running around the tracks while you read the story. My kids love the toy and the movement part of this, but what I love about this is that it actually teaches directional words. Things like around, behind, underneath, over. All those words are sometimes words that kiddos miss in their early language skills, and so this is going to be really fun for them to learn with, but it's also going to help them with those skills. We also have some noisy musical books. I'm a music teacher, so I am very picky about musical books, but our books are beautiful, they're in tune, they sound really lovely. You can start and stop the music at any time. They teach all about the different instruments of the orchestra, or you can add melodies to the classic nursery rhymes that show real literacy skills early on. Teaching your child literacy through nursery rhymes at an early stage is really important, so that's a wonderful book. Woodland Sounds is all about nature sounds. Again, they're really pleasant to listen to, all the different sounds that you're going to hear in nature. There's also a jungle one and a couple other ones in this series as well. If your child is working on vocabulary, we have tons of books for that. Whether it's our First Word series, you can learn about colors or animals or 1, 2, 3s or ABCs. These are all books in which you can point to and label different items throughout the page. The very first book of things to spot is similar. There are lots of things to spot on each page. The difference with this is that there's questions, pointed questions throughout, that are going to really challenge your child to find different things and build their language and vocabulary skills. Things like who's got a red collar, who's wearing a hat, and lots of different things to seek and find on each page. My favorite vocabulary builder is our First Word series. This one is my particular favorite one because these are all things that kiddos really love to talk about and really love to read. So different animals, whether it's on the farm or in the jungle, things in their home, things that they might wear, different parts of their body. All these are things that kids are really interested in, which is going to make them encouraged to learn more. If your child is preparing for preschool, we have some books for that as well. Our Big Book series is amazing, whether you're trying to teach your child about colors or numbers. This one actually goes all the way up to 12, and then at the end there's another page that shows bigger numbers, or maybe if they're learning their ABCs. These are beautiful books with stunning illustrations, a lot going on each page, so it's sure to engage your toddler. I particularly love this one because the adjectives used in here are really great vocabulary builders. This says it's a floating feather, or a friendly fox, or a funny frog. So it's not just the alphabet, there's actually lots of descriptive words as well. Our Lift the Flap series is amazing. This taught my son his colors, his numbers, his ABCs, his opposites, his shapes. This was the series that really got him prepared for preschool. This particular one is his favorite. These books teach skills through mastery because you practice them in so many different ways. Things like matching the color to the flower here, things like finding the yellow card to find out who has the shaggy mane, or even things like matching the penguin's bow tie to the fish underneath. There are so many ways to practice these different skills that it's really going to leave them masters in the skill that they're practicing. Nibbles Numbers is one of our brand new books that's going to help with counting. This one goes all the way up through 10. Nibbles is a very beloved Usborne character. He's found in 2 other books for slightly older children, and this is the one for younger children. He gets out of his cage, he munches through all the numbers 1 through 10, and at the end, he sneaks away. So it's full of mischief and full of fun. Alfie and Bet is one of my other favorite ABC books. This is a beautiful pop-up story about 2 friends named Alfie and Bet who are arguing over which letters are the best. They go through the entire alphabet, figure out which words go with each letter, and what I love about this is that the illustrations are beautiful. This S matches the stars, the R matches the rainbow from the rocket, These are absolutely stunning books and really fun for kids to read. We also have some nonfiction for little kids. Our first is the Little Lift and Look series. This is my daughter's favorite series right now. This one follows a mouse as she goes through the garden. She's finding food for her family, and so you see all the different animals that live in the garden, different bugs. These flaps are beautiful, and this is a great exercise for her to learn how to use flaps and use books in a nice, gentle way. If you do have a child that ever rips a flap, Usborne does offer a 50% replacement policy, so you don't need to worry about torn flaps. Peek Inside the Sea is also great for young learners. This is another Lift the Flap book with nonfiction about who all lives in the sea, what plants you might find, different habitats in the sea, and these are absolutely stunning books. And there are tons of these in this series as well. And finally, for read alouds, I absolutely love our how-to series. These go through all the different things that can sometimes be difficult or challenging with a toddler, things like mealtime, or bedtime, or bath time, or brushing your teeth. These are told from the perspective of the caretaker, so it's going to teach your child how to think about these things as though they're being taken care of instead of a chore that they have to do. These are fun rhyming stories with silly sounds throughout that your child is going to love reading these out loud with you. What If I Know My Feelings is excellent for toddlers. We all know that toddlers have big feelings and sometimes have difficulty explaining them. So this is a great one that labels different emotions and even gives you strategies on how to deal with them. I hope you found some amazing books for your toddler. Enjoy!